Oh, we're on. What's up, PCS fam? Friday night, September 6th, 2019. And the 30-something-ist episode of PCS Laundry Live is about to begin. With nobody in here yet, but it's the way it's going lately. We'll get this thing popping, and we'll get some people up in here, and we'll see what goes on. It is crappy out tonight and cold, man. What happened? It's pissing rain a little bit here and there, and it's like in the 50s. I'm gonna get hit by a car, but we're gonna do a little walk today because it's raining on and off, and we're gonna bypass our regular little nesting spot and walk a little further down to the mall and go in the parking garage like we did that one day. We haven't had a bad weather night in like forever, all summer. We were real lucky. We didn't get any rain. It hasn't been cold, but shit turned on me today, man. Shit went bad. I'm wearing some shorts, like some summery, light little skinny ass shorts, and I'm freezing. But that's all right, because we're gonna warm things up a little bit here and get things all warm and cozy like we do. Thank you all, every last one of you, so much for all your support. Planet Common Sense, PCS Laundry Live, PCS on Twitter, PCS, the PCS channel on YouTube, and everything else that I toss out and you guys tell me you like. I got a feeling this is going to be a fucked up show tonight. I did do the one thing though. We're not doing that cursed horizontal hold on the phone, because that was a complete disaster. I don't even know why I did it. And you know what it is? I'm going to blame some of this on the phone, because this phone's just fucked up. It's this new phone. And I don't remember if I told you. We're getting some wind tonight too, so if you can't hear me, nothing I can do. I got that new phone. My phone died the first day of the 30-day ban, and I ended up, like 100 different things happened that day, but I don't even want to talk about it. This new phone is just so weird. Like, you touch it in certain places and things happen, and like it doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for any of it. But I didn't notice it until today. Apparently what happened last week, you just like turn the phone a certain way and it flips the camera. And that's what happened to us last week. And I noticed it when I started getting ready for today, that like I had the phone set up the way I wanted, and then I just put it down for a minute, and I picked it back up and it flipped back over. It's like this phone's turning on me. Like I think this phone's a Democrat. I think Alexandria Ocasio Circus Monkey is haunting my phone and just fucking with me. But that's all right, because I fuck with her a lot. And if that's how she gets back with it, I don't know, whatever, being stupid. So, new folks, anybody popping in new, here's how the game works. It is a completely interactive endeavor. You guys, if you're new to PCS Laundry Live, jump in the comments. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Tell us why you're here. And join right in. It's a great group of people, and we have a lot of fun on Friday night. This little 60-minute gather session, just sum up the week and get ready to slide on into the weekend. So we talk about anything you guys got. That's how it works. Your comments come fast and furious, and they don't all appear. So if I miss you tonight, if I don't say hey tonight, and you know what, I forgot to do this last week, but we'll get to that in a minute. Tomorrow, anything I miss, I'll go back and I'll go through and I'll answer any questions that need answering and say hi to who needs to be said hi to, and that's how that works. So for you new folks, which we did have some good growth, decent growth this week, it's in an upswing. These are some ugly ass fucking statues. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut myself off like in the middle of the walk, and I've just always wanted to say this. It's a cool like idea and all. And the monument, I'm going to read the plaque. The monument is a creation of sculptor K. Nygaard, MD, and has been graciously donated to the city of White Plains. It doesn't have a name or anything, Obviously, the police and the fire department and justice are represented, but they're pretty badly represented because there's some fucking ugly statues. Like, they're a little disproportionate. Like, they all got giant hands and shit. But, I shouldn't be ragging on stuff like that. But anyway, guys, thanks for your protection and putting our fires out and bringing whatever justice you bring. Appreciate it. So, all right, I got that out of my system. So, I'm walking, so I'm kind of cutting into scrolling time and stuff like that. You know what I'll do is maybe, you know what, it's starting to rain again, so I'm just going to keep on going. We're almost there. We're just heading over to that driveway. I just want to get inside so I don't have to, pick up in the middle of a fucking deluge and get soaked. And I'm jaywalking, and there's 100 cars coming. But you know how I do. So, hit me up with what you got. What are we going to talk about tonight? We got Bloody-Eyed Joe. Bloody-Eyed Joe Biden. He let Satan out the other day. He let Satan out of the closet the other night on the CNN town hall with his bloody eye. That's pretty freaking creepy. But like I said on the page, I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it's better to have a candidate with a bloody eye than sitting up on the stage hacking up furballs and spitting loogies in a glass in the middle of their speech like they did last time. So Bloody-Eyed Joe is, he's the guy. He's not the guy, Bernie's the guy, but let's not start. I'm gonna get up these stairs and inside where it's marginally warmer and it is not raining. And then we're gonna get right down to it and start scrolling and seeing what you guys got. We get some nice echo in here too. It's like being in a studio. What's that, reverb? We got reverb at the cost of Glenn getting carbon monoxide poisoning in the garage. But it's a price I'm willing to pay for the PCS family. So, I gotta take my glasses off now. We're here. It's actually kind of a cool little setup. It's like a little deck here. Everybody's all seasick probably now from the walk. But we made it. So I'm going to roll back to the start. A lot of you jumped in already, so let me catch up. Kira's here. Sally Hackney's here. Lisa Rossell is here from Ohio. Linda Bleepnick. Just here to talk trash about Alyssa Milano. That's a good one. Gianna Buckley-Atkins, Cornelia Bates, Susan Levy, Rob Kushmir is watching. Rob, stay on with us, man, because we're going to try an experiment. In fact, let's just do this shit right now. And we tried to do it last week, and it didn't work out. Where this thing comes up on the screen where it says, Rob Kushmir is watching. Bring them on camera. So I don't know what that means, and I don't know what it does. And we tried it with a couple of people last week. And I'm not going to get crazy with this shit. I'm going to try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, it's just nothing. But it seems like it'd be a cool thing. So, Rob, if you're still there, I'm going to hit this key. Bring them on camera and see what happens. Leaving broadcast. Rob Kushmir. Add viewers to bring. Request to be in broadcast. Okay. I don't know what's going on. All right, Rob. So if you're there and you see this, is anything happening on your end? And if so, pick up your phone and talk into it, man. It might scare the crap out of me. It'll all of a sudden my phone will be talking back to me. That'd be weird. But I just want to figure this thing out and see if it's something we can use. So, Darla Elkins is here. We got Mary Gunny is here. Greg Johnson making a lot of posts this week. Greg, thanks for that. All right. Carrie Dole. Welcome to the weekend, Glenn, and my PCS fam. Susan Levy, my grandma had a robe like that statue. Yikes. That's a good one. Oh, boy. Sherry Sieper, Chris Scalzo, Shitty Feed keeps cutting out. Have a great show. Don't know if that's me or you. I don't know. That's Chris Scalzo saying that. If anybody else is having problems, let me know. Linda Bleepnick is saying the ceiling looks low. Well, yeah, you got that little yellow thing there. We're up a little from that, but it's pretty low. I mean, it's just cars got to be in here, and they can't make it too high, because if they make it too high, then they'll get trucks and stuff. You know how that works with a parking garage. But Sally Hackney, Bernie yelling at a baby to be quiet. I saw that one in passing, so tell me about that, because that sounded kind of fun and stupid, and you're always on the lookout for something stupid from those guys. So tell me about that. We'll have to go catch up with it. Sarah Casoletti, a.k.a. Missy McCracken Gall from the Political Pylon, is here with us tonight. If you guys aren't on the Political Pylon page, please go check them out. Great people, and it's a good page. If you like Planet Common Sense, you will like Political Pylon. We got Doug Smith, hacking and spitting would be me about now. Chris Barkley, you watching from Florida. Mary Gunny. Okay, let's talk about the twit Alyssa and her upcoming encounter with the cruise missile. You were ready. You were waiting for that. Well, you've been like waiting for that to say that all day, haven't you? That took a little thought, that line. That's a good one. Good on you, Mary Gunny. You know, what is there to say? It's, first of all, it's never going to happen. She hasn't said that dummy, that idiot, little mental patient weirdo, nobody, hasn't said a word about it since he called her out on it. So I'm going to go with that. That's probably the end of that whole thing. I don't think we are ever going to see a debate between Alyssa Milano and Ted Cruz. I don't know that would be something like young children and people who are sensitive should watch in the first place, because it would be just brutal. It would be just absurd. And this is something, you know, this is the whole thing about those people and Hollywood and just like all, you know who I'm talking about. You know every one of Alec Baldwin and Rosie old fat ass and every one of them. And the line is always this: when you can become more famous for being an asshole on social media than you ever were for everything in your entire career combined, it's time to rethink the whole celebrity paradigm. Okay, George Takei, man. George Takei, cool. He was on Star Trek. He played a great character. He's a funny guy, a little bit part, whatever. The shit was 40 years ago. He's a bigger star now, tweeting stupid shit than he was when he was on TV in your house every night 40 years ago. It's just ridiculous, man. Like I can't take these people serious. And you know, you break it down and it's like, all right, you know, I'm obviously exercising my voice and saying the things I want to say and making it as public as possible, trying to reach as many people as possible. And you know, I guess it's a little disingenuous to some extent for me to brag out other people that are doing essentially the same thing. It's just, well, I don't know what it is. It just seems stupid to me when you have a platform like that and you're talking to that many people and you don't know shit. You're just babbling and saying dumb stuff. It just changes it to me. Like, well, I don't know. It's because I don't feel like I'm saying dumb shit. I guess there's probably plenty of people out there who would disagree with that and think everything I say is dumb. You know, it's a funny thing too. We're talking about like earlier about like new people just jump right in and be interactive, and that's how we do it. And it's just every week this kind of gnaws at me just a little bit, and I wonder when it's going to pop, where somebody jumps in here and just starts ripping me to shreds. And I kind of look forward to it. Like, it's just a new thing. It hasn't happened yet. We've done like 35 of these shows now, and nobody's ever like said, you know, you're an asshole, and I hate your site, and you suck, and your memes aren't funny. It would be, you know, it's all a part of life's rich pageant. So if anybody's out there who just like hates me and thinks the show sucks and thinks the page sucks, yo, bring it, man. Maybe you're right. Maybe you can convince me. Change my mind, you know? I'm just asking for, you know what? I've taken every fucking beating that Facebook could give me so far. So why not just bring on some more? Like, I can take it. I'm a tough guy. I'll handle it. So, I don't know what more there is to say about Alyssa Milano and Ted Cruz, which, you know, going back to the original question from Mary, like, I don't know that I want to see that. I think I would want to see like just the highlights of that, just like, because the highlights of that would be all the stuff that Ted Cruz said to Alyssa Milano, and the dumb shit that she said back, and her going, yo, you're a racist. Yeah, well, just like she wouldn't know what Ted Cruz was like a master debater, and I get it. Like Trump, like completely stymied him during the debates in 2016, but that's a different game altogether. You know, Alyssa Milano is not Donald Trump in a debate arena. And I gotta think that would be just an ugly thing. So again, it's not something that's gonna happen. That idiot she's hiding, she's running, because as soon as he stepped up, and he probably knew it too. He was probably like, you know what, I'm gonna end this right now and say, sure, we can debate anytime you want. and knowing that was going to be the end of it, because that idiot's not going to take him up on the offer. So I doubt we're going to see an Alyssa Milano, Ted Cruz missile, credit to Mary Gunning, debate. I just don't think we're going to see that. If we do, man, that could be the most glorious PCS watch party we've ever had. And I'm ready for it, and we'll have a lot of fun with that, but I'm going to get my hopes up on that one. Lisa Russell's and Ted will annihilate her. Greg Johnson, love you, man. You are one courageous human being. I don't know if you're talking to me, man. I don't know what I did. I'm just an idiot talking into his phone on a rainy Friday night in suburban New York. But thanks, man. If you're talking to me, thank you. Appreciate that. Cornelia Bates, I got a little con that's asking if I want to be live with PCS. All right, so Cornelia, if you're still there, hit the button. Let's see what's up. I don't know what that does. Like, I'm totally curious. And Rob, I didn't see if you answered that or did anything or not. Like, nothing's happening. But Cornelia Bates, if you see the icon, hit the icon, and I'll bring you on. Let's see what's going on. Let me try this. There's other buttons here. I'm afraid to touch buttons on this fucking phone because it's going to just fuck everything up. Let me try this. Sarah Cosoletti. Okay. Let's try it. Boom. We're adding AKA Sarah. If she accepts. I don't see your Cornelia Bates. All right, you know what? I'm not going to get crazy on this. I got the one out to Sarah. Cornelia, if you see anything that makes you look like you could get on, click it and just jump in. That's cool. You can do the rest of the show if you want. But let me know what's going on with that. B. Marie. Hey, y'all. Won't be able to stay for the whole thing, but hi. What's up? Missy is here under the political pylon name now. So you can click right on that icon and go show some love to the political pylon for us. You're cool people. Go jump on that. James Uriety, Denver in the house. Leslie Perfect. That's a new name. Cool name. Yeah, we really need advice from someone who's proud of having abortions. Maybe we should vote for retroactive abortion for people like her. You know, they could get some votes that way. I'm sure they would take that under consideration. Leslie Perfect, again, I know it's like these people think it's something to celebrate. Oh, hello, I'm having a party this weekend celebrating my mother of my baby. I'm sorry, something happened to block the screen. I'm having a party this weekend celebrating my mother of my baby. Yeah, I want no advice. Joining us too. I think you were new. So Leslie Perfect, thanks for joining us here on PCS Laundry Live. Mona Eves, it would be an epic debate. He'd wipe the floor with her and she'd cry. See, that would be the highlight. That would be one of the highlights. Like Alyssa Milano crying from Ted Cruz's intellectual assault and just being completely like overstimulated by like intelligence. That'd be a highlight. Like that's the part I want to see. I don't want to see her talk. I want to hear what she has to say. She doesn't have anything to say except stupid shit. So that would be a highlight. I'm all about Alyssa Milano debating Ted Cruz and ending up crying. That would just be fantastic. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see it happen, but that's that. Leslie Perfect is saying Facebook is removing our comments. Yeah, Leslie, if you're new, and I guess you are because I haven't seen your name around. Me and Facebook kind of we got like a hate relationship right now. I'm just coming off a 30-day ban for dumb shit. And there's still a lot of shenanigans going on. I really don't want to get into bitching about it because I'm just not about that anymore. I just want to get on with it and just say my say. But there's a lot of crazy shit still happening. All kinds of like posts are getting removed. People's settings got dicked with. And anybody's listening, if you're having a tough time getting me in the newsfeed, just check your settings because a bunch of people told me their settings got turned off during my little hiatus there. So just go back and check your settings. Make sure you click follow, and make sure you click see first, which doesn't affect anything else. It just gives you a greater chance of getting our stuff coming in your newsfeed. Do that on all your sites. Just click see first on any of the pages that you want to make sure you get in your newsfeed. And there's no guarantees, but that's probably the best way to at least set it up for success. Let's just put it that way. The reach is still bullshit, and again, I'm arguing with myself now because I just said I don't want to talk about this, but here I go because you can't stop me once I get started. The reach has been for shit. I'm reaching maybe 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people a day, where before the 30-day ban, an average day was like 25,000 to 30,000 people. Peak days were over 100,000. I hadn't had a day under 10,000 in 6 months. And it's just because of that shit. I'm being punished, man. Like I'm on parole now. Like I'm not completely out of jail. I'm free, but I'm not completely free. I'm certainly being watched, and you guys are being watched too. That's just part of the game. There's nothing we can do about that. So yeah, man, Leslie Perfect. It's not me removing your comments. I don't do that. It's Facebook just fucking with us, and just ride it out and hang in there. Also, go back and look tomorrow. I post this. Well, I post it on the Planet Common Sense channel on YouTube, and it doesn't have the comments at all. It's just me talking, which I don't know what it's like watching that. Maybe it's a little boring or whatever. But I also have it up on the regular page, and like I noticed that when I go back on Saturday morning, there's a lot more comments there than what I saw pop up on the live show. So double check that. If there's something you think you posted and you think it got taken down, it might end up being there tomorrow. But hopefully, let's just make that the end of talking about Facebook. That is bullshit. Of course, I'm going to talk about it some more because somebody's going to piss me off and just get me riled. But let's plan on it. Sorry about that. Sherry Seifert, Glenn, you bring great commentary. Alyssa, nothing but Pablo. Yo, I'll debate Alyssa Milano anytime she wants. And like I just finished talking about, I promise you, on my eyes, that I will make her cry. Not because I'm mean, because it would be the right thing to do. Because it would dissuade her from you hope, well, maybe not. Like I was saying, like something like that, like if I traumatized her in a debate, which I would do everything I possibly could to try and do. And if I traumatize her enough, maybe she'll like tone it down a little bit. That's my thinking on it. I don't know if it would work out that way, and I doubt she'd debate me either, because like all she'd have to do is, no, I don't know. Let's not even go there. So thank you, Sherry Seifert. That's sweet of you to say. Kira Weber Hopwood, you should invite blue-haired Katie the Troll to PCS Laundry Live. Blue-eyed Katie the Troll is not with us any longer. She hasn't been with us. I don't know if you guys knew, like I didn't post about that. I didn't get involved with her at all. It was the weirdest thing. This cigarette, sponsored by Betsy Dotson. Appreciate that, Betsy. Like when she started posting and she started talking shit and she was fighting with a bunch of you guys, like I didn't even say anything to her. Like I didn't comment on any of her stuff. I just kicked her out, because you're not doing anything here but just busting people's balls, and people come here to have fun, and you're being an asshole, which is the only rule we have, is don't be an asshole, and you're doing that, so there's no reason for you to be here. So she was gone, and then she got stupid and crazy. She went back to her page, and she posted some shit about, all I did was tell them that they were wrong, and they kicked me off the page, so nobody has anything to do. What do you say we go and beat up on this page, blah, blah, blah. And she posted that on her page. So I took a screenshot on it, and I posted it. I was like, all right, PCS away team, anybody's bored. And that's all I said. And it was the funniest thing. Like not one person from that silly old scoons came over here to bust our balls, and like 25 people from here went over there and just beat up on her, and she ended up just pulling all the posts. So that was I guess that's a victory, You're not, it's just so funny how that's evolved too. Like when I first started doing this stuff, before there was PCS, and I just used to haunt like the chicks on the right page and Ben Shapiro and Milo, and I would just I would love for that confrontation, and I would love to get the victory, to just beat somebody else. Like, you see me post those from the archives where I just ripped somebody for some dumb shit. Like I used to love that. It used to be like freaking fuel for me. And it just got tired, man. Like, it's all right, you can win, I can win. It doesn't matter. I'm like not looking at it like I won. I'm just trying to make you shut up. I don't know what I'm doing. So let's move on. We got Leslie Perfect again, because I made several comments a minute ago and they have been removed. Can't scroll down to read them. Again, Leslie, I'm so sorry. It's not anything I'm doing. I promise. I'm seeing your comments and I'm reading them back to you. So obviously I'm seeing them. If they're disappearing on your end, you got to just trust me that it's Facebook just fucking with us. And me, mostly. I'm still punished. I'm still grounded. And it's going to be that way probably for a little longer. Linda Bleefnick, did anyone see The View today? Pamela Anderson, did she say anything about Julian Assange? As a matter of fact, I didn't see the article, but I saw it pop up in my notifications from one of the news sites, or maybe a couple of them, that she was on The View. and they got into it pretty hard, and I heard it was between her and Meghan McCain, who I'm no huge fan of, just genetically speaking. So I don't know what happened, but yes, something definitely did. So if anybody knows anything about that, anybody heard anything about that, jump in and fill us in, because that, I'll go check that out later. Maybe we'll talk about it tonight, later on after the show, or I'll put it up or something tomorrow. Susan Levy, did you see that Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones, the left is melting down, especially the alphabet people? Again, it's another thing that, like, I saw like something happen. I love Dave Chappelle. He's hilarious. There's two things about Dave Chappelle. One, which is just conventional thinking, and one which is like more like Glenn thinking. The conventional thinking is Dave Chappelle is just one of the best stand-up comedians to ever walk the face of the earth. I mean, that guy is just hilarious. He's just flat out. I wish I could do stand-up a tenth as good as he did. If I knew I could do stand-up a tenth as good as Dave Chappelle does, that's what I would be doing. I would be doing open mic nights every weekend. Okay, thing number two, that cat is just fucking fearless. He does not give shit one what people think about what he says. He's gonna say his thing, and he's gonna say his stuff no matter what anybody thinks about it. And if he thinks it's funny, he's gonna say it, and he doesn't care. And I gotta respect that, you know, just from a comedic standpoint, and you know, whatever amateur comedian I fancy myself as. There's just guys, those guys, you know who was like that? Was Sam Kinison, man. Sam Kinison did not care. He talked about just fucking dead people. He talked about people starving in the desert and telling them, move where there's food. He didn't give a shit. And the courage behind that, you know, it sounds weird to say that, but from the perspective of like that comedy sense and having that, you look at a guy like that, it's like, man, this guy just does not give a shit. He's like one of the Chappelle and Kinison just were some of the bravest comedians ever. You know, there's a lot of others too, but let's not go crazy with that. But yeah, going back to what you said, I didn't even hear the bit, and it's crazy because I've been listening to all sorts of stuff in my little bit of limited free time, and I haven't picked that up. I got to go check that out tonight, and I'll readdress this with you, Susan, tomorrow, because I got to hear that. Dave Chappelle's hilarious. Leslie Perfect still. Well, maybe it's just me because I'm so involved pretty much every time I make a comment that gets removed. I'm not removing your comments, as I promised. You know, you just keep on trucking, just keep on posting them. Maybe it'll show up tomorrow. So, Mary Gunny, sound is getting lower if people are pushing that button. I'm not pushing any buttons because I'm terrified to push buttons on this phone. And you know, I don't know what happened. That wrecked the whole show last week. And thankfully, we were almost done when the camera flipped on me, because there was no way I was going to do it with the camera over my shoulder. I don't know who was here last week and saw that debacle, but we're not doing that again. Mike Petty, your volume gets lower when you try. Okay, I get what you're saying now. So, yeah, you know what it is? I'm behind on the scroll, so I'm seeing stuff you guys posted like 10 minutes ago. I'm bailing on that whole bring this person on camera thing. I don't have any idea what it is. I got to look into it a little more, and if I can find a way to make it work, maybe we'll try it again, but it's not that important. Just, I thought it would have been cool, like to bring some of you guys on here and let you just take the reins for a little while and let you talk and just talking, like we could do like an interview. If I could make that work the way I kind of thought it was supposed to work. But I'm going to let that go. I said that last week too, and here I am doing it again like a big dummy. But that's just me. We try shit, and then it doesn't work, and then we don't do it anymore. Instead of, you know, if I was like a Democrat, we would try shit and it wouldn't work, and then I'd fucking blame everybody else. I take responsibility. It didn't work, it didn't work. We'll do something else until we find something that does work. James Variety, first person to pronounce my name right the first time. Yeah, I take pride on that, man. I don't tank too many names. Like, I nail most of them. I'm pretty good at looking at a name and reading it up on first sight. And if I see one that I know I'm just going to completely fuck over, I usually stop and say, look, I'm not even trying this. So, cool. I'm glad I got that one right. What else? Team Koala Tweed. You sound exactly like what I imagined. Team Koala Tweed. First of all, that's a great name, and I'm going to go and click on that and see what that leads me to, because like that sounds like it could be cool stuff. And thank you for saying that, and absolutely welcome to Planet Common Sense, PCS Laundry Live. Hope you enjoy it here. Jump right in, and thanks for being here. It's funny because we talked about that a couple of times, like, and I put it out there, like, you know, you've been reading me. We started doing this show, I guess it was February, and we've done about 35 of them now. And at one point I was like, did you know, not to be like not looking for a belly rub or anything, but like I just put it out. Like when you read my stuff before and you read my stuff now after having heard me, do you read my stuff differently? So like you doing it like kind of reverse take on that, where like I sound like what you thought I was going to sound like, but I was always curious and whether or not like I sounded different after people. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. But thanks for saying that. Very cool. And I'm definitely going to be checking out Team Koala Tweed because I'm very curious. That's a great name. Susan Levy, Facebook is doing a Clinton pay-to-play thing if you want to reach more people. Yeah, me giving Facebook my credit card information to pay for something. Let me give you some things that I would do before I gave Facebook my credit card number. I would eat a bowl of Rust Flakes. I would like, I don't even know. I'd take Nancy Pelosi out on a date and try and get her drunk and naked before I gave Facebook my credit card number. Vote for Hillary Clinton is something I would do before I don't know about that. That might be taking things a little too far. If it was down to voting for Hillary Clinton and giving Facebook my credit card number for a service, that'd be a tough choice. I'll take it even a step further. If it was between voting for Hillary Clinton, giving Facebook my credit card number for a service, or sticking a gun in my mouth and pulling the trigger, I'd still have to spend a few minutes on that, with all three options being equally considered. So I don't know anything about that, because even if I did see it, I would have shot right past it. Either that or made a joke about it. I'm trying to avoid antagonizing Facebook, so I'd probably lean away from making a joke about it. Me giving Facebook any money ever is just not something that's ever going to happen. I put up a post about that earlier in the week, but that's not going to happen. Tell me about it, though, if you want. Linda Bleepnick, traumatize all of us all the time. Yeah, but you love me, though. Like, you like it. You and Betsy. Betsy a little more, though, because Betsy's a little freakier than you. I think you like it when I traumatize you. So I'll just keep doing what I do. And if there's ever any problem, you just be sure and let me know. Kira Weber Hopwood, I think she deleted everything because she got in trouble with her employer. She had to add a disclaimer. The views expressed on my page do not reflect the opinion of NBC. Really? She didn't pay any attention to that. She had just been too busy trying to get like my feet back under me with this stupidity after the 30 days. So I really didn't go back and look, but that's kind of funny. Like if you could find a screenshot of that, that'd be hilarious. I'd love to see that. So that shit backfired. Blue-haired cat lady, no offense to cats or ladies, whatever her name was, got in trouble. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. If you could back that up with some screenshots, I'd love to see that. Funny shit. B. Marie, yeah, she said Julian lost like 30 pounds. We're talking about Pamela Anderson on The View. She said Julian lost like 30 pounds from the thinness he was already. Man, and I touched on this earlier in the week. It was just kind of cryptic, and I never went back and really readdressed it, but he disappeared, man. And like that could be a good thing or a bad thing. I like that he's not being tended to by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation or Central Intelligence Agency or NSA or any of the other people who could be talking to him now or could be extraditing him. I think he's better off not being here in America right now, as long as they're taking care of him. Which I gotta go watch that and see, like, did she say anything else about that? Like, was he being held well cared for? And he's being held in Australia. I don't know a lot of details about it. But man, you know what? I just don't think, I think there just needs to be a lot more scrubbing on our federal agencies to get the stink of the Obama crime family off of them before we trust somebody who has information, the scope of which Julian Assange has. I just don't think he should be in anybody's hands that is compromised. Maybe it's better that he's not here. Maybe it's better that he's not being extradited. Maybe it's by design, that he's not being brought to the United States, because it's definitely got a little more cleaning up to do before they let him get. If he comes here right now, the chances of him not being fucking killed by somebody from the Obama crime family are like zero, obviously. Epstein, you know? So I'm mixed on that. Like, I'd like to know he's doing all right and he's being well taken care of. I've always been kind of torn on Assange. There were times when I was like, this guy's just a straight up criminal and he should be put away. I felt like that, and I'm not going to bullshit and say I'm a huge fan. But he's done some real good things for this country too. He had a hand in Hillary Clinton not being our president. Oh, the humanity. So anybody that you know did anything to that effect, I got to have at least a little bit of respect and gratitude toward. But the guy knows stuff. There's no way he doesn't. That will be valuable to a pure United States government in going after the impurities. And it's a funny blend and it's a funny balance. Like, you really want to talk to this guy, but who are you going to have talk to him right now? Not the FBI, obviously, because there's still a lot of work to do there. You know, so maybe it's better off that he's not here with us as long as he's being taken care of. And I will look into that a little further, so I'm a little more aware. I don't know shit anymore. Like, I'm not following the news. I'm so busy trying to get this shit back on its feet and just get it back out there. And we're making progress, but it was, that 30 days was a tough blow, man. Like, it really set things back a lot. So I'm doing a lot of other things now where I had spent time just really doing research and looking into things where I just don't have that time right now. And I got to do better than that. I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks now. Oh, I don't know about it this and I don't know about that, and I should know more. And I try and talk about the things I know about, but I gotta get a little back in the saddle about something. Hey, is this killing you guys? Like, I keep sweeping over to that light. I'm sorry if that's like blowing people's eyes out. It's getting darker earlier now, and like that's a really glaring light, and I didn't realize it. So if I've been blinding anybody, I apologize. Going back to the scroll, John Kinney, bunch of my friends and myself have been in Facebook jail. Everybody's in freaking Facebook jail. It's crazy. It's freaking, we should start a jail gang and fucking just like fuck everything up and like beat up the guards and break out and go up to Mark Zuckerberg's office and like hold him hostage or some shit. I don't know. What do? We should all get fucking Facebook prison tattoos. And well, you know, let's not do all the things they do in the prison community. There's some things that are better left undone. I don't know. Mike Petty, got to catch a call out later, y'all. Have a great weekend. Mike, have a good weekend. Thanks for popping in. Let Arnett Dangerfield, yes, you sound like you right. Thank you for that. I didn't mean to bring the whole subject back up because we did actually have a good discourse on that when I did post it, but thanks for that. Mary Gunny, no Nancy date. Yo, you know what? Don't be so hasty about no Nancy date. Because I got to tell you, I'd take Nancy out on a date. And, you know, not to get too crazy and too past proper, I don't even know how to say it. I'd bang Nancy Pelosi just to have the freaking story. I swear I would. I can't believe I just said that. I really did, though. But just to have the story to tell you guys, that would be fantastic. I'd have you guys dying and probably losing a lot of respect for me, but all right, you made me talk about bad things. Mary Gunny, you're always getting me in trouble. And thanks for ordering a t-shirt today, by the way. And that makes for a good segue. The new t-shirts are out, and I'll post a link later, but they're posted, pinned right up at the top of the up the page. If you haven't seen it yet, it's been up there all day, and it's going to be up there a lot because I really got to sell some t-shirts to keep things rolling along. But it's the No Puss Cookies t-shirt is out. It's $23, including shipping. We have all sizes in the unisex shirt or in the women's V-neck. There are other things we might be able to get. I can probably get you some hoodies. It's probably late in the year for tank tops. Anything anybody wants, ask me about it. I can see if we can do it. And if it's feasible and cost feasible. I got the hiccups, man. Don't let me get the hiccups. I got a half hour to go here. You know, let me know what you want. But it's $23 for the t-shirt. They're pretty cool. If you hate the shirt, if you've seen it and it sucks, please tell me because I need to know shit like that. But I think it's a pretty cool design. $23, including shipping, just like the last one was. I turn them over pretty quick, and we got the whole processing thing down pretty smooth now. So email me at planetcommonshirts@gmail.com if you want to get your hands on a PCS No Puss Cookies t-shirt. It's the first one with one of our sayings on it. Hit me up, planetcommonshirts@gmail.com. We'll talk about that a lot more as we go forward. And I'll mention it again before the end of the night. So thanks for bringing that up, Mary. Oh, I brought it up because you ordered a shirt. I didn't mean to give up your personal info, but here you go. Shannon Buckley Atkins is saying goodnight. Gotta run. I'll watch the video tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you for being here, Chiana. Aurora Tracy Bissick. Yeah, out of a 30-day Facebook jail sentence. Tried to put you out there on Twitter. You did, and you did a fantastic job. And I appreciate that. You shared stuff. Like, you're sharing everything I put up. Guys, this is a critical time for sharing, and I hate to beg. And I'm like, you know, as far as growth and stuff, I used to be a real like pimp about like trying to say share stuff and get this stuff out. And I've been trying to ease back on that because we got the growth and it's kind of taken on a life of its own. But a lot of that got sucked away with the 30 days being gone. So I'm just reaching out to you guys. Anything you see on PCS that you can share, you know, even if you didn't think it was funny, maybe you know somebody will think it's funny, but any memes, anything I post that you can share on your personal page, in your groups, etc., and so on. It's so appreciated. It's the only way we can get this thing back going and start just getting this machine running right again. And they're so appreciated. I can't tell you how much it means to me when you guys start sharing my stuff out there. Same thing on Twitter, man. You know, I had some good growth on Twitter. Like the last 2 days, there's been a lot more people been following. It's still small. I'm 1 million followers. I think I got like 160 now, but it seems like it's snowballing and good stuff happening there. So please check me out on Twitter if you do Twitter. I'm at Glenn PCS on Twitter. Check that out. Absolutely check out the Planet Common Sense channel on YouTube. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can do live shows from there. Repeating myself mercilessly, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to make some stuff happen. It costs you nothing, and it doesn't hurt to click that subscribe button. So if you go to YouTube, it's the Planet Common Sense channel. Click subscribe there. Get me to 1,000, and I'll take it from there. And we'll see what goes on with that. Mona Eves, give them your credit card, then cancel the car. No, I'm not giving Facebook my credit card yet, ever. I had to give them my phone number already. I didn't even want to do that. And I had to just to keep this thing alive. And I'm not doing that. So, Sally Hackney, I won't give Facebook my phone number. See, yeah, that's just what I said. That's funny. Elaine Arnett Dangerfield, Facebook can kiss my arse. Bessie Dotson laughing at it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to give Facebook any money, and I can't blame you a bit. Let me do a quick time check here. 7:16. We are about 3/4 of the way done. I was almost on time tonight. What happened there? It was like 7:30 through 6:33. I think I started, which I'm never on time. That was pretty funny. And Leslie Perfect, I hear you on the Julian Assange stuff. I need them to give him immunity and let him come back and give dirt on all. Yeah, but they got to be so careful about that. You can't just take a valuable asset. Now you got to look at him like that. I get there's humanity involved. I get that there's a human being there, and you know he should be given the basic care and being taken care of and not being at risk. But he's a valuable asset right now as well. Like he's got stuff that we need to know, and he needs to be in a room, you know, with a cup of coffee and some donuts, and if he smokes some cigarettes, and just get him in a room, roll the tape, and just go for a week. He needs to be debriefed. I mean, that's essentially what it comes down to. He needs to be debriefed because he's got some stuff that we need to know about. I just don't know that we're ready to do that safely for him yet. So I'm torn on it. I'm not sure, you know, what we should be doing with that situation yet, though. Me, Marie, I follow his mom on Twitter. She says his health is bad, but he's okay. B, I think you'd said that last week, and we never really followed up on it. But as long as he's okay, you know, whatever. I mean, he's been in jail. You got to think about what he's been through too. Like that guy's been in a friggin' room. He doesn't even go out. He wasn't even going outside when he was at that embassy. He was there for like 5 years and just like couldn't even go outside and stuff like that. He couldn't even go down to 7-Eleven for like a big gulp and a Slurpee, for crying out loud. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. That's an awful situation. And it's somebody we got to protect, and it's somebody we eventually need to talk to. And, you know, there's certainly a window on that, too. I mean, it comes a point where it's too late. Obviously, you know, you hope it's 5 years from now. Or, you know, whatever. Let's not put a time limit on it. You guys know what I'm talking about. But weird shit. John Kinney, going to pick up tacos. Peace out, people. Thanks, Glenn. John, thanks for being here tonight. We'll see you on the page. Well, Lisa Rossell is talking about Hillary's death squad. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, don't candy coat it. If you put Julian Assange in the American justice system right now, you're reducing his chance of survival exponentially. I mean, he's going to die. He's going to die in his jail cell. It's crazy that we have to even think that way, but it's the way it is. Political Pylon ordering new shirt Monday. All right, Missy, start it off. And I'm going to tell you right now, Linda Bleefnick got the first shirt. She jumped on it last week. You know what happened was I put the shirt out last week, and just as I was ready to do it, and I went ahead with it, was right about the time that Hurricane Dorian started this bullshit teasing dance up and down the eastern seaboard. And I kind of wanted to stay out of the way. I don't want to be hawking t-shirts while people are like getting battered with 200-mile-an-hour winds. So I kind of pulled back on the release of the shirt. It was really supposed to be last week. And I backed off on it, but Linda jumped in quick. So I just wanted to keep the channels open for just having those check-in places and check-in points pinned at the top, like I was talking about the hurricane. Well, you know what? Fuck this stupid hurricane, because the hurricane just danced off the coast and just made everybody miserable and antsy and on edge for a couple of days without really homing in on anybody. I understand, like, North Carolina's getting beat up pretty bad right now. Not like it was, like, with the 200-mile-an-hour winds. The Bahamas just got fucking smashed. Like, they're gone, practically. You can't even imagine. Like, I was watching some footage of a guy in North Carolina today where they were saying the winds were 90 miles an hour. And this guy looked like he was just getting his ass kicked doing commentary. He was on the beach with the 90-mile-an-hour winds, and he was leaned over at like a 45-degree angle, just leaning into the wind, trying to stand up. I can't even imagine what the 200-mile-an-hour winds were like. That just had to be completely insane. And you see the devastation of something like that, you know, hitting the Bahamas. Like, it's just gone, man. Like, I don't know. You got to look into that a little bit more. But thankfully, we didn't get smashed in the continental USA. Florida and North and South Carolina, Georgia, you didn't get clobbered like you could have, not to trying to make light of it, what you're going through now, because it's still pretty nasty. This is what you're seeing here and why I'm standing. Okay, we broke away for a minute there. I think I'm back now. I don't know if anybody's still here. But so anyway, going back to the shirts, I bailed out on the shirts last week. Put them back up this week, and we're forging right ahead with it. Definitely anybody who's getting beat up by the hurricane, let us know you're all right. But buy some shirts, guys. It's payday. $23 including shipping. Email me at planetcommentshirts@gmail.com. I'm going to pimp a little, and that's just the way it's going to work, and that's the way it's got to be. But I'm not going to go crazy with it. And thanks to a couple people who bought them already. I still got a couple of the old shirts left. I got them in just a men's cut, the black shirt with the green letters. I tell you the truth, too. I was all ready to pack them up. Like, if shit went sideways with the hurricane, it sounds like virtue signaling, and it's not. It's just me talking. I was going to, like, take a bunch of the shirts that I had left over from the original shirt, and if anybody was doing any kind of, like, you know, donating stuff, I was going to just make up a package and send them down. We still got to do some contests, too, and we'll get that going. That one Jesus, now I'm talking and I'm thinking at the same time, and I can't remember the name. Becky Ignelzi had paid for one of the shirts to use for a contest, and then I went to jail, so we put it off, and then she went to jail, and I think she went to jail first, and we put it off until she was going to come back, and like just before she came back, I went to jail, and so we just ended up putting it off. But I still got one shirt from the old ones, the black with the green, set aside for a PCS contest sponsored by Becky, and we'll get to that, and we'll get that done. And I still got some more shirts for sale. I don't have all sizes, and I only have them in the men's cut. So if you like the black on green, and we'll bring that back again at some point, but if you like the black on green, I can still get you black and green, and I do have them in stock, so I can get them out to you quick. So if you still want one of the black with the green lettering shirts, hit me up on planetcommentshirts.com and let me know specifically that that's what you want, and I'll get you set up with that as quick as I can, if I have the size in stock that you need. Let's get a few more scrolls in here. You know, it's funny. I'm going to tell you something funny. I'm looking at a post right now from a comment right now from Elaine Arnett Dangerfield just saying, ew. And I just know without any context that she's talking about me and Nancy Pelosi. You guys are going to beat me up on that one, man. All right, that was probably better left unsaid. Sally Hackney, Glenn, what are you smoking? Nancy Pelosi. I'd rather see you screw AOC. Look, you know shit like this is going to get said when I'm here. And like it's different on the Friday night show because it's spontaneous and live, and this shit just falls out of my mouth, and I got no filter. I don't know any better than to say shit like that. Like if I was typing that, I would have like typed that out and then read it and been like, oh no, delete, and got rid of that. It jumped out of my mouth before my brain had a chance to jump in And I'm not going to take it back because it's out there and I can't unring that bell. But man, could you just imagine having that story? You guys don't appreciate it from my perspective because like I'm trying to entertain you and I know what I could do with a story like that. And just look at it this way. Forget the disgusting nature of what I said and the reality of it, and look at it from the perspective of I would have been pissing my pants listening to this guy tell that story. Because that's like, I'm trying to make you guys laugh and I'm trying to entertain you, and I could have done wonders with that. I'm making it worse now. Let me stop talking about that. Moving along, Francie Forbes popped in late. Where you been? Leslie Perfect, I have to go to court on November 6th for a bunch of liberals then attacked myself and my son, my daughter-in-law, my son's roommate on the 4th of July. I can't post anything about it. Wow. I would like to hear about that when you can, if you're willing to. If you want to just, message me or something like that, if you want to talk about it, I get it totally that you don't, you can't, and certainly don't. You shouldn't even mention it anymore, but hit me up with that story. If you want to get your story told after it's okay to do so. Either message it to me or you could post it right in the visitor posts, right on the page, but we'll talk about that a little bit if you want. Bring it here. Elaine, I'm not even reading this, man. I know. I didn't even start reading the comment, Elaine. You're an influence on me. I find myself tweeting scoot and puss cookie and leftovers. That's great. That's the lexicon. It's the PCS lexicon. And I'm going to put it all over t-shirts over the next many years. Twat Goblin, that was the original. Scoot was a great one. You know what's what? Left holes. Left holes is a good one too. That's starting to catch on. Had a few duds. Douche Bagel never caught on too well. And you know what the other one was the other day? And this is a weird thing too. Like, it's something I should get out there so you know. That the Congressional Scoot Caucus with Bariqua Barbie and the Jew haters from Congress, those four, I finally came up with the name for them. That, everybody's like, oh, the squad. And that's like the popular name out there in cyber world. They're calling them the squad. Well, that's not good enough for me. Like, I got to take it a little further. And I was really having a tough time coming up with something that encompassed how I feel about those four individuals. And it finally occurred to me the other day that they are the Congressional Scoot Caucus. And I posted it. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of this thought. I posted it on the page. I did the meme and I posted it. A bunch of people saw it, and then I took it down. And what happens when I do stuff like that, I've done it before just for various reasons. I inevitably get a half a dozen messages and emails saying, hey man, something got taken down. Did you take it down? Or is Facebook taking your stuff down? No, I took it down. I took this one down. And this is the thing. I mentioned this to one person who would ask, but there's gonna be things. This is a residual effect of this 30-day ban and all the bullshit that goes along with it, and all the subsequent you're still grounded bullshit and being on parole. There's going to be things going forward that I post that are not forever posts, that they're going to go up and they're going to be intended to get a message out and to just get something out there and then to go away. Because like the shit of it is, I can put something up and everybody has a good laugh and we all joke and blah, blah, blah. And then you just forget about it. And then a year later, somebody reports it or whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm catching 30 days in Facebook jail for some shit I said 6 months ago. So I'm not doing it a lot, but there's a few things where I'm looking at, I'm saying, I'm going to put this up, but this isn't a forever post. And I'm going to put it up for an hour and I'm going to take it back down. And please, if you see that happen and you're wondering and you're not sure, by all means, message me and I'll explain it to you. But because I know not everybody out of the 10,000 whatever are obviously not here listening to this and hearing me say this stuff. But that's what's going on with that. So it's kind of weird and I kind of feel a little shitty about it. And it sucks that I can't put something, I can't say what's on my mind and leave it out there. I got to say it and get some people to see it and then just take it back. Like, oh shit, okay, I don't want to cause any trouble. I don't want to make waves and get myself, I hope you understand what the intent of that is. I'm trying to protect the site and preserve it and keep it here for you because I can't be getting, kicked off for 30 days chunks at a time. It's just not going to work that way. So that's what's up with that. There are posts that are not going to be forever posts, and that's just the way it's got to be for now. James Cerati, again, we need to know his DNC email source. Again, still talking about Assange. I'm gonna catch a few more squirrels, then we're gonna start wrapping this up. Damn, we did a good hour, flowed quick. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. It didn't get weird. Well, it got weird a little bit with the Nancy Pelosi stuff, but don't forget I said that. You know, that'd be a good thing too. Maybe we don't talk about that anymore. It's like, listen, you know, let's not talk about that anymore. Bessie Dotson, yes it did. I've cried many times. Susan Levy, nothing happened in Central Florida. Hurricane, good. I'm glad you guys all, like, nobody really got beat up by the hurricane. Elaine Arnett, Dangerfield. Rumor has it that deep fucking state engineered, yes, they do that, the hurricane to go across Florida towards Alabama. Trump was right. Whose state is Alabama? Jeff Sessions. Ooh. That's reaching a little bit. Now we're getting in, like, you know, I don't know. Deep state engineered hurricanes aimed at Jeff Sessions seems like a little bit of a reach for me. And I'm not dismissing it. And anybody who just said what they said about that Congress cretin that drinks all the time and slurs her words all the time, you probably shouldn't take that guy too seriously. I don't know about that one, but we could talk about it, I suppose, next time, because we're closing it up soon. Elaine said, you smart, Glenn. I don't know anything about that either. Greg Johnson, that is so funny. Oddly enough, I had a dream about making out. I don't know if I want to read the rest of this. I mean, here's a beautiful girl, and all of a sudden she turned into Pelosi. I was going to say, you jumped up wide awake. Yeah, that would make me, that would wake a dead man. Lisa Rossell, Left Hole is my favorite. You know, Left Hole's a good one because it's quick, it gets out there, and it throws your opponent off balance. Like, you call them left holes, and they have to take pauses. Like, what the fuck did he just say? Or she just say? And you could move on to the next thing and just leave them a little off balance. That's that kind of word, and it's percussive, and it rolls off the tongue. I like Left Hole a lot. We got to do a shirt with Left Hole or something with Left Hole on it. That's a good word. And one of these days, I'm going to put some time into just doing a top to bottom PCS lexicon, because we got a lot of freaking words, and like sometimes people don't know what the hell you're talking about. And they're good too, because the thing is, you know, you make up words and you make up code and you make up that lexicon for words that you would otherwise get just kicked the hell out of here for, and you could say those things and no one knows what you're talking about except people who are in on it, which is us, and it all works out for everybody and nobody goes to Facebook jail. Tallywhacker. No, I didn't make up Tallywhacker. Mona Eve said, don't forget Tallywhacker. I didn't make that. That's an old word. That's from my quintessential image and mental image of Tallywhacker goes back to the movie Porky's, which everybody's seen, I guess. I mean, that's, you know, looking at our age demographic here, most of the people, that was like when we were kids, and it was it was like one of the original like coming of age movies, Porky's, where I'm laughing just thinking about it. That was one of the fucking funniest scenes ever in the history of cinema, when they were sitting in the office with Beulah Ballbreaker and the principal and all the coaches talking about the kids, you know, hanging his personal parts through the hole, and they started calling it a Tallywhacker. I'm gonna go home and watch this and just laugh my ass off now on YouTube. But that's my like when anybody says Tallywhacker, I think of Porky's, because that was just such an iconic comedy scene. I didn't invent Tallywhacker. I mean, I'll certainly use it. That was a good one. That was a good meme. I should readdress that and just pop it back up again. That was a funny meme. That meme got some miles too. That was like hundreds and thousands of people shared that meme. That was like probably the biggest one I ever did. So maybe we'll put that back up tomorrow, and I'll give you full credit, Mona Eves, for bringing it up. Thank you for that. Jim Thomas, man, I just saw you on now, and we're almost done. Jim Thomas, unofficial legal counsel for Planet Common Sense and everything we do. How about Bullocks? I think it's Bollocks. I think the pronunciation of that is the spelling of it is Bollocks. That's a Brit thing. Oh, just see, we were just talking about this shit. Look at this. The guy in the pickup truck just said, fuck you and your 6-foot height limit in your garage. I'm blasting this yellow tube that tells me not to go in right off the ceiling. So sorry about that. Yeah, it's bollocks, and I think it just means balls, really. But that's a British word. I didn't, that's not an invented, made-up word that anybody could take credit for. That's actually a pretty traditional. I'm pretty sure it's a British like term, slang, whatever you want to call it. I guess maybe tallywhacker is too. Somebody told me twat goblin was like an old style, like British word. Like somebody was like being a real dick about it one time too, a long time ago. And like I didn't even say I invented the word. I'll even tell you, we're running over an hour now too. This is kind of crazy. Twat goblin's got a story behind it, but somebody started like one time on another site that I was talking about, and I used the word twat goblin, and then somebody from, I think it was pre-PCS, somebody said, yeah, you invented that word. I'm like, I didn't invent that word. And then somebody else jumped in and was like, you're an asshole, you didn't invent that word, that's an old word. And he started saying like, in 1637 in the Highlands and said they used to use that word. I'm like, all right, so fine, man. I never said I invented the word. I'm not fucking, I'm not Merriam-Webster. I just say it pops out of my head. But whatever. The guy was real dick about it, but that's a funny little aside about twat goblin. I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh, the twat goblin story. Twat goblin, I put the word together, but I adapted a word I heard. And it was in the movie Gran Torino, which is a great movie. And some of the best scenes ever in a movie, too, on top of it. But Clint Eastwood called the kid a puss cake. Like, because he wouldn't go talk to this girl, and he had no idea. There was like this young, quiet kid, and he had no idea that this girl was like eyeing him and checking him out and stuff like that. And he let her leave this party they were at. And Clint Eastwood went over to him and just started ripping him to shreds, which was hilarious. And he called him a puss cake, which I just thought was hilarious. And sometime later, it was just one of those things that just hit me, and I adapted it. I changed it to puss cookie because it's more percussive and has that extra vowel, and it just seemed to be a little more impactful. So I just alternated. So getting, the bottom line is I didn't really even definitely invent puss cookie either. But you know what? I've adopted it and I've made it my own. It's like, compare it to like when Bob Dylan did like All Along the Watchtower, and it was like, all right, yeah, cool song. And then Jimi Hendrix did All Along the Watchtower, and I was like, wow. So I kind of did that to the word puss cookie, if you want to call it that. Let me just get this scroll ended up, because I got to go. We're way over an hour now, I think, and I'm going to start walking back. So, Mary Gunny, Porky and Beulah Ballbricker. You remember that? Everybody's bailing out now because we're way over the hour. Sally Hackney saying goodbye. Carrie Dole. We got Mary Gunny saying goodbye. Mona Eves, Porky's was great. Yeah, it was such a good movie. I'm going to go catch it on YouTube tonight. So, we're wrapping up our latest edition of PCS Laundry Live. Getting ready to dance into our weekend. Everybody, thank you again for supporting everything we do here. PCS on Facebook, PCS Laundry Live on Friday nights, the Planet Common Sense YouTube channel, at Glenn PCS on Twitter, and every other ridiculous, stupid, no rational thought put into it thing we try to do. Thank you for your support. I love you guys so much. I missed you so bad while I was gone, and I'm just starting to feel like everything's good again. Thanks for coming out here tonight. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on the boards, and I am out. Out. Fuck this phone.